Hello, everybody. I know. I'm 4 minutes late. I'm sorry. I will go do penance or something. But I'm so glad that you're all here, all 9 of you. I absolutely 100,000 million billion% appreciate you. And let's see, who is it? Chris Persia. Hello, bastard. My wrenches. Legatus Legionist, hello. My three wrenches, how you doing? Sultan, hiya. Kinnell's missing Y chromosome is here. We should let him know that we found it, I think. He'd probably appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's found it before and we're missing again.
Raj, how you doing? Gary Banjos and Witch Worthington. All right, that's quite the name.
Yeah.
Most excellent. You have most excellent evening, all. Yes. We're going to get right into this because I personally think that this is one of the greatest movies the 80s ever produced, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious. You actually learn stuff, which is awesome because it's like fun. You know what I mean? Like if a kid ever gave an oral speech like that at my school, yeah, I'd give them an A++ for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not really good at doing oral reports because I have a small case of stage fright. So, nope, can't do it.
Oh man, I don't really have a whole lot of stage fright, but I don't know. That's just because I guess I like to talk. I don't know if any of you have picked up on that when watching my streams or watching me on other people's streams. I like to talk a lot. Mm-hmm. Yes, Sultan, in my very tubular basement, though. I'm just saying. I'm ready to party too. I'm ready to party on, dude, too, Chris Persia. I am ready for this. This movie is so much fun. It has excellent music. It has
absolutely.
Like the dialogue is just, it's so funny because it makes fun of like being profound.
Yeah.
And it makes fun of being like super deep, and yet it still has some of the best quotes of any movie ever. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't break my heart because I love Wayne's World as well. But whenever I'm like, party on, dude, and they're like, party on, Wayne, and I'm like, no, it's just also a great movie, but not the correct one.
Yeah, you gotta get they're almost alike in comparison because they're both pretty much both episodes. They pretty much want a party no matter what, but it's still a story to it, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So if anybody has not figured out yet, we are of course talking about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where we go through history and like learn some stuff, dude. Who is your favorite historical? Okay, so we'll kick this off right. Who is your favorite historical character that they go and kidnap? Because they literally kidnap these people.
Oh yeah, oh god, there's so many of them. I mean, I would say Napoleon because he's the first one because he's there by himself.
Yes.
So yeah, he has to be my favorite one because he is actually learning on his own of what is going on in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, we don't know what happens when he goes back to the past, but I'm pretty sure whatever happens, something's going down. But it really doesn't, it doesn't really disrupt the flow of time. It's still the same.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, and they've got Beethoven rocking out on all the different keyboards and stuff. I'm assuming that's when he went back and wrote like his other, like his ninth and his his other symphonies and whatnot. But when they picked up Beethoven, like I remember the first time I watched this and I was like, man, they went with Beethoven and not Mozart. But then it made sense to me because Beethoven was considered like what we would consider rock stars. Like he was edgy. So it makes
if you listen to a lot of his stuff, it does have that rock sound to it, because a lot of classic rock stars, heavy metal artists and all that, they are basically inspired by that old school Beethoven, Mozart, and all that stuff, because of darkness it has to it, and the complexity. So they actually picked a really good character or historical figure to pick up.
Absolutely. So it made sense to me. I think Napoleon was hilarious. I do agree, but I have to go with Joan of Arc. Just because, like, you know, when she kneels down to pray and then they just appear in front of her and she's like, oh my goodness.
I love that part.
I do too. And she's like, I need a sign. And then here's Bill and Ted. And then they take her back to the future and she's up there just like doing aerobics. She's seeing all these women who are doing all these things. And she's like, oh my God, this is so cool. And then she just gets up there and, you know, like goes crazy with the aerobics. Yeah. I love it. And I think this part actually in the trailer where they're at right now when they go to King Henry VIII. So that's Elizabeth I and Mary, Queen of Scots, also known as Bloody Mary and Bloody Elizabeth.
Yep.
And the fact that they make them giggling sisters who get along and like these much more docile, like they didn't want to marry these guys, obviously, you know, like that part was definitely accurate, but I just like, I love how they altered their personality slightly because, you know, granted at this point I guess they would be like teenagers, so they weren't quite the homicidal, power hungry megalomaniacs and totalitarian monarchs that they would one day become.
Yeah, because I think what they did is they actually kind of went back to, because if they were going by historical facts and all that stuff, they probably went back in time to where before they became, you know, docile and all that stuff. So you're probably looking at the earlier days of those two.
Yeah, before war and famine and running a kingdom and hating each other and being on opposite sides of Catholicism and Protestant, you know, tore them apart and made them bitter old women.
Yeah, and they were married to those royal ugly dudes.
Aw. Hold on. My stream got suspended. Wait a sec.
Yep, I saw it.
Really?
Yep, really. They finally caught you. Give it a few minutes. Yeah, give it a few minutes.
Okay. I'll have to end the broadcast, won't I?
No, it should jump back up here in a minute. It happens all the time with others. I think Geek Blend has a couple problems with it too. So I think it usually gives it a few minutes.
30, the age-old 30-second nuke. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, I've been playing official trailers, and they've been on mute. And so, like, hang on.
Yeah.
The violation was for saying a woman was as strong as a man. No.
Probably.
Maybe. All right. How do I fix this? I gotta go into my studio, don't I? And like,
crap, I can't remember because I know usually when that happens, because I've been on other channels when it happens, it usually takes them a couple minutes and it jumps right back on.
Okay, I have no copyright strikes. I have no warnings. I'm still live. It says I'm still live.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening? I don't understand this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so no violations.
Oh, there we go. We're back on.
Yay! Okay.
Like I said, it happens all the time with other streamers when it happened with Lethal Lightning's when he was talking about the Demon Slayer first episodes, and he was playing the background. And
yeah, he was. Okay, well, I'm just saying, I've been playing official trailers for like weeks in a row now, and nothing has happened. And now they're gonna nail me on Bill and Ted. This movie came out in '89.
No kidding.
I am not doing anything like what?
I don't know. I guess they don't like Bill and Ted.
They must not. They must not like Bill and Ted, or they love it so much that they want to keep it to themselves, which is just, I mean, that's just selfish.
Yeah.
This was not a boom. No, this was not a boomer moment.
No, it wasn't
Legionist.
a boomer moment.
This was YouTube being rude.
Yeah.
Someone reported me. I guarantee you, someone reported me. I don't know who. I don't know who you are out there. One of you watch it. Like, I am tiny. I do not even have 2.4 thousand followers, subscribers, those things. I'm just saying, I am itty bitty. So if I am triggering you, then you got way bigger problems than me. That's all I'm going to say.
My channel is smaller than yours. I only have a little over 200 subscribers on my channel.
Which is an absolute shame and travesty and crime. Everybody should go sub to SubHuman84. He's awesome and a huge supporter of everybody. And Chris Persia, I could not agree more. First of all, 89 was a fantastic... There's just... I'm not really sure what it was, but 88, 89, and 90 is like just this triangle of perfection when it comes to movies. Yeah. Like 91's kind of snuck in there a little bit. But like 88, 89, and 90 were just golden years for films. Yeah. I bet it was, bastard. I bet it was. Take it back.
We'll blame Bastard.
Take it back. All right, let's see if I can. Da-da-da-da. They're not gonna get me. No, no, no. We can show stills. Hey, hey, ho. Yeah, I know. Thank you. That was an original by me, Lady G. Thank you very much. I know your minds are absolutely blown. I actually taught Bill and Ted how to not play the guitar well.
Yeah, you can check out her next EP on Amazon and Spotify next month.
Yeah, there you go. my chart topping hits that I'm just gonna be like, unless you all want to listen to like Latin, like Latin hymns and church music, like reverent church music. I haven't sung anything else in a really, really long time. Yeah. Just saying, like a long time. But I could probably dust off the not so very. I don't know. I could dust off the pipes and do something else. Not right now, though. Absolutely not. Let me see. What are we gonna do? Here we go. This is good. This is wholesome. If they nail me for this, then we're gonna
we're gonna have words. Yeah, we're gonna have words.
Okay, let's see. Bum, bum, bum. All right. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, Legionist does have a point about you doing a sing-along on your other streams.
Right? Like...
Oh, I love this scene.
I did, Legionist, you are correct. I did do a sing-along on one of my other streams before I realized I was not muted.
I remember that.
And then I quickly muted myself, but I think I said oh crap before I muted myself. So yeah, there we go. Be excellent to each other.
Party on, dude.
There you go. There you go. This is one of my favorite scenes because I don't know if people actually understand that this is the whole reason with that, like, this movie exists, basically, because this future society has based everything off of the two greats, and like this was their message through life, and Ted's like, make something up.
That's exactly what they did,
and that is what they did, and it was great, and it's like it's so much fun to watch and realize that this whole movie would actually, like, this scene actually pins the entire movie together because you have the intro where, by the way, George Carlin, Like, I don't know how old I was. Okay, so my introduction to George Carlin was the Thomas the Tank Engine with him as the conductor.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember watching Thomas Tank Engine, but yeah, and I remember watching that before I knew he was a stand-up comedian and he had that album 7 Things You Can't Say on TV or Radio.
Yes.
And then not knowing that he played in this movie, even though I watched it for years and still had no idea who that was.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it.
But you gotta remember too, I was still a kid, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
In the same movie, but as I got older, realized, okay, this is who all these people are now. So when you're a kid, you're not really caring about who's playing who. You're just more interested in the show. Now,
exactly.
Unlike what Hollywood is today.
Absolutely, yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, no, when George Carlin, like, I absolutely love George Carlin's character in this.
Oh yeah,
and, I mean, he's great, and I gotta say, the first time I ever heard George Carlin cuss, I was like shocked because I only knew him as the conductor from Thomas. Yeah, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so like. Same thing with Bob Saget. Like, he was the dad from Full House. So but when you listen to their stand up, you're like, oh, my childhood has ended now. Like, we're done.
A lot of comedians, when you see them on TV and doing other things, but then you see they're doing their stand up, it's completely different. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Oy vey.
George Carlin was legendary. Trust me. I mean, if I'm ever need some kind of comedy or something like that, it gets have a little laugh, I'll find some George Carlin skits on YouTube, and I'm just sitting there just dying laughing at some of the shit that he said, because some of the shit that he says on there is true.
Oh, absolutely, yes. He is witty, he is smart, and he is accurate, and that's like he is a talent that will never be reincarnated. Don't get me wrong, I love Chappelle, but he is not George Carlin.
No.
He's just not. I am not ancient. Thank you, bastard. Appreciate it. Not cool, bro. Not cool.
No, not cool.
But you've got George Carlin as Rufus. And then you have, I think it's so funny that you have Ted's dad is threatening to send him to military school in Alaska.
Yeah, and that's the thing about his how Ted's dad does not get along with him very well, because he is he's a cop, but very strict. Mm-hmm. So he's threatening him to send him to military school if he does not pass his history exam. But for some reason, it seems like he does not have faith in Ted.
Yeah,
that's why he wanted to send him early. But when you see him later on during the report, you can hear him in the background say, "What are they doing up there? Like, what do you think they're doing up there?"
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's still basically, what's the word I'm looking for, flabbergasted that they actually aced the test.
Yep, absolutely. And it's when you've got Ted on the couch with Freud, that's also a pretty profound thing, because like Freud's like, this is why you do this, and like Ted, and then he's like, whoa. But like, I don't think people realize that that's actually that was just as much for his dad to hear as it was for him. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I don't think Ted knew that his dad was there. I don't think so. Because I think right after the whole thing with Freud, I think when Ted was doing his thing, and I think his dad was sitting there just listening to the same thing, which probably got him thinking also.
Probably.
Probably what he's doing is he's pretty much overdoing it.
Yeah. And this movie it's like I said, it's so much fun, but you learn so much from it. And even though it makes fun of being, like, they call Socrates Socrates for 90% of the movie. Yeah. And you're like, this is literally the father of, like, modern, and they call him that too, the father of modern thought process, or the Socratic method. Mm-hmm. And it's just, like, you know, so they're making fun of it and whatnot, but then like they pull it together at the last minute, and like it's great to see like the two of them. I mean, through thick and thin, they're there, and like, oh gosh, when they land in where they meet Elizabeth and Mary, and Bill thinks that Ted's dead.
Yeah.
You killed Ted.
You medieval bonehead.
Yeah, and then he like jumps on him, and then Ted comes out of nowhere and cracks him over the head with a bone. It's like, oh, medieval bonehead. Like, and that particular time period is filled with so much brevity, and it's just fantastic. Where they're like, oh man, this is heavy metal. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and then around that time when they say, hey, I'm Lord Ted.
It's, oh man, and then they're like, put them in the Iron Maiden. They're like,
excellent,
and they're like, come on, it's the whole thing is just freaking fantastic. There's so many like quips, and you know, this isn't something I've not seen. I've not seen this third one that came out recently.
No, I haven't either.
Because here's the thing: you can't make movies. You can't capture 80s magic and put it back into a movie. There's something about 80s movies, the lingo, the attitude, the effect, like just the atmosphere of them.
The music behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, like this shot right here when they're in the future. That background music, pretty much, basically so powerful around the time when everybody's around them and doing their, you know, the air guitar, and how the music just builds up around it, and it just kind of lets you know that Bill and Ted is there. They have no idea what's going on, but they know that something's going to happen, and it revolves around them, and that's how you always kind of make that scene. Put the right music behind it, it still makes it powerful.
Yep, absolutely, and you know that's the nuance and the like. It's really frustrating for me that today, people think that if you're not a lead character, if you're a supporting character, somehow that means you're less important or less, you know, you don't matter as much to the film or the script or whatever it may be, and that is actually not true. So the idea of supporting
characters is what is helping the lead character out. It makes the lead character better in the story.
Absolutely, like it gives the story depth. Like you could have just had Bill and Ted, you know, sitting in their garage, jaw jacking back and forth, like not playing their guitars, just, you know, just strumming and ripping on them and not actually playing. And you could have made a movie like that, and you could have had no supporting characters. But the idea, like, the fact that people think that if they aren't the lead, they're being cheated, or it's not, it doesn't really matter or anything like that. That isn't true. There are supporting characters that, you know, they end up being sometimes the linchpin to the story. Yeah. Like, Gollum is not, if you look at I know, but if you look at Lord of the Rings, Gollum is not a main character. He's not a protagonist. He's not even really an antagonist. Like, the main antagonist is really the Ring, and Sauron, and Saruman. Like, those are your main protagonists. Gollum is really there as more of a foil. He's not really an antagonist. But if you took him out of the story, it would be completely different. Yeah, they probably would have died trying to break through the gates of Mordor. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's the idea that you have to be the main protagonist or the main antagonist to a story to matter is something that shows how superficial and lacking in storytelling we really are, especially in this day and age. Because if you took out any of these, you know, in Bill and Ted, if you took out any of the historical individuals that they kidnapped. Like Abe Lincoln, quite frankly, he's another one of my favorites. If he didn't have to be in there, but he was. And Sigmund Freud, they were like, "Oh, that's Freud." So extra credit. Yeah.
Credit.
So it's so they didn't have to have all of the different characters that they did, and there's obviously lots of historical characters that weren't included. But this story would not have been the same without each one of those characters.
Yeah, because each one of them characters brought a different perspective of everything. Because not only is Bill and Ted traveling back in time and seeing all of these changes, so are all the historical figures. They're also seeing the changes around them also. I mean, look at Socrates. He's the oldest out of all of them. He's going to England. He went to Austria, America, France,
Mongolia.
San Dimas. He's just soaking it all in and not knowing that the philosophy that he's given out is actually true. He's loving it.
Yeah. And, I love that when they meet him and they're like, dust in the wind.
It's like, all we are is dust in the wind, dude.
Dust in the wind.
And then, like standing through the hourglass. So are the days of our lives.
Like the hourglass, the sands in the hourglass. And I'm like, oh my God, no, they didn't. Because, I had to be older to appreciate some of those jokes, but not that one. Because I don't know about you, but I stayed with my grandma when I was younger a lot. And my grandma would let us watch morning cartoons, and we could go and play and be rowdy or whatever. But when my grandma's soaps came on, by God, we were quiet, and we sat in the living room, and we ate our friggin' turkey and cheese sandwiches or our butter and cinnamon sandwiches, and we watched Days of Our Lives with Grandma quietly, or Grandpa came after us. So that one I got at the first time I saw this movie, I was like, I get that joke.
Yep, I did too.
So
because when I got old, because because my grandmother watches Days of Our Lives, but I never really watched it. But I knew the intro to it a lot because she was just to watch it. And when I finally watched it again, and I heard Socrates say that, I was like, oh my God. Okay, because I know Justin Win's lyrics to a Kansas song. Oh my God. Yep, that's just reference to everything. That's so much what this movie is all about, is referencing other things.
And it's so great because like what this film does is it's not nostalgia bait. It's literally like it's bringing in these quips and these one-liners and these pop culture references, and it's doing them with humor. It's doing them with respect, and it builds the story out more, like all of these different references, and it's just so the way that they did it, like it's just absolutely brilliantly written, and it's so freaking hilarious. I just love this movie. Lager fan, yes, butter, cinnamon, and my grandma would put butter, cinnamon, and sugar on a sandwich. See, Lager fan knows what I'm talking about.
Yep,
change your life.
Trust me, I know that too. I used to do butter, cinnamon, and sugar on my toast also.
Yep, butter and cinnamon sugar. Oh yes. Tuesday. Oh God, I'm gonna get that wrong. Tuesday news. That's what I'm gonna call it. Yeah, or Tuesday nose. Maybe Tuesday nose. Yeah, Tuesday nose. Okay, Tuesday nose. Yes, my grandma also watched All My Children. Not General Hospital, but my grandma watched Days of Our Lives, All My Children, and there was a third one. It was. Oh no! It was I can see it in my head.
What channel was it on?
2. It was on CBS. It was channel 2.
Young and the Restless?
Which?
Young and the Restless?
Yes, Young and the Restless.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Oh my Lord, we're doing. Whew. Maybe we should do a 90s. What is that called? Soap opera stream. That would be hilarious. Ah, there it is. Yes, Young and the Restless. Eric Sandbrook. Yep, my grandma too. So
there's only 4 soap operas left. Because back then you used to have a ton of. Didn't watch all, but I've already watched a handful. But once the story started getting way too, once they started rewriting stories about it, so I stopped watching it.
So, I am so sorry. You dropped out on me for a second. I think my speaker died.
Who, me?
But yeah, I'm sorry. But okay, so while we've derailed into soap operas somehow, Bill and Ted, do you see this? Like, you have touched so many genres and so many lives. You were excellent to everyone.
Yep.
But so I do actually have a couple of folksies who dropped some donation chats, so I'm going to read those really super quick.
Go ahead.
And then we can get back at it. But Bastard, oh, you bastard, you're wonderful, donated $5 and said, want to bet that I'd get social studies teacher to show a movie in class. Help teacher was also my wrestling coach. Ah, yes.
Yeah, I remember those days.
That would help. Cal G for $2. Thank you so much. What? No way. Shout out to the Wild Stallions, the greatest band of all time. Yes, the Wild Stallions.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Raj Williams for $10. Thank you so much. In support of a most excellent live stream tonight. Thank you, Raj. I really, genuinely, truly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. I hope this is a truly excellent live stream tonight, even though somebody reported my tiny little channel for showing the official trailer on silent. But you know what? Live and let live, dudes. We're just gonna continue on.
Yeah, and it was also my idea to come up with this thing. It was actually
True. So let's blame Subhuman. It's his fault.
It's my fault that I chose this movie to do with you. Because this is actually one of my favorite movies. Not my top, but it's up there.
It is. It's so good. It's one of my favorite movies. I remember the first time that one of my friends wanted me to watch this. I think we were like in junior high, and I was like, it doesn't look like it's going to be anything I'm going to really like. You know what I mean? As like Keanu Reeves is not in the Matrix, so why do I want to watch this? And they were like, no, it's great. It's hilarious. And we watched it, and I was rolling. It was excellent.
Yep.
Most righteous.
Yeah, the thing is, though, is when you're younger, you understand it, but once you get older and watch it at an older age, you actually get a better understanding of it.
Yes, definitely.
Because basically looking at it, because when I was watching it earlier, like, dude, I can actually relate to this back in high school.
Yeah.
This is totally me back in high school.
You were the bruh man with the guitar.
Yeah.
Nice. We would have been friends. I was a dork in high school. I am still a dork.
Well,
I'm okay with it.
Dude, I'm still a dork no matter what. But yeah, I was basically just like, Bill and Ted. Didn't really was more about the music. This didn't give a really crap about high school, but went anyway to learn, but still slacked off.
I mean, I know plenty of those people. I was okay. So I was I was definitely a goody-goody. Like they'd be like, "Can I borrow your notes?" And I'm like, no. But I can help you study. And they're like, just give me your notes. And I'm like, no. I spent hours on these things. You don't get my notes.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, no, I would eventually, like, when for like the basketball team and stuff, because a lot of the other struggled a bit with it, kept keeping up with school and everything. I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll help you because I need you on the team. There's only it was we only had 5 girls on the court. Like it wasn't 7 women ball. It was 5. We had 5 on the court. But there was only 9 of us on the team.
Oh wow.
So like nobody, and I do mean like nobody, could get sick or get kicked off because of academic anything. Like we would have no, like our sub bench was not deep. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
So it was oof. But no, this movie, oh gosh, I remember we got to take the charter bus one time, and we most definitely watched this. I thought that was the coolest thing, that there were TVs on a bus, and I was like, this is so cool. And we got to watch Bill and Ted on VHS on the screens, and I was like, oh, I wish we could take the charter bus every single time.
Yeah.
But alas, we could not. That was just because we were going to state. But this movie, like, it's so good at, you know, it is informative, but it just makes you laugh. And if you're having like a bad day, or you're feeling like just, I mean, we all get those days where we're not feeling it. We're just not there. You know what I mean? And so we're like, I'm not there, or I'm having a crap day, or I'm just done with people. If you watch this movie, like, you can't help but instantly feel better.
Oh yeah. Any movie I watched that came out back in the 80s, I feel better.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. This movie is, it's nostalgia. It's like, it was nostalgic when it was made, and it has become nostalgic in and of itself, if that makes, because, you know, like I said, they're pulling stuff from like Days of Our Lives, and you've got the lingo, and there's all these pop culture references to like Iron Maiden, heavy metal, you know, so they're making these references, and they're doing these things, and, you know, they're being nostalgic in the film. And then the film itself has become nostalgic, and so you become like super meta when you watch this film. It's like an overload of fantastic awesomeness, excellent.
Yep.
So, all good things. There needs to be more of this. I'm not sure why Hollywood went off the rails, but they need to make more of these, because I am very much done with the nihilistic, dreary stuff.
The nostalgic crap, remakes of old stuff, is like, dude, leave it alone.
Yeah, and horribly done remakes at that. 1 second. And, like, here's the other thing. While we're on, like, depressing and whatnot, like, have you noticed how muted everything is, like, these days? Just in general, there's no color to anything. And then you look at something like, you know, 1 sec, where did it go? I can do this.
It kind of, I can probably give you like an example. Say, back in the 90s when McDonald's used to look like a clown house, you look at it now, it's like a bland building.
Yes. So, like, it's, you know, you have, I think it's this one. Yeah. So you have all of this color in here. Like, look at how colorful that is. Look how bright that is. Like,
oh, yeah. That's pretty much 80s right there.
That is.
Pretty much the entire 80s was pretty much just but colorful things. And the hair and all that. The clothes.
The hair, the clothes, the colors. I like how it's like right here. It's funny that because they go get Joan of Arc later on, this kind of makes it look like a cross, and you've got so like there's all of these like.
It actually looks more like the cross and a sword.
Yeah. So you're looking at, you know, they pick up the swords when they're in England. They go get Joan of Arc from France. They get, you know, they go get all of these, like, there's all of these like hints and all of this like, it's a very simple poster, but there's all this color, and there's all this love, and there's all this intention in it, and it just looks so good, and you can tell whoever did it really truly cared about the project that they were in. And even like the costumes of all of the characters, like, I mean, this is not what I envision, I guess, when we go to, because this scene is a bit, I will say this scene is a little bit gray, I guess, is the best way that I think I can put it. But it's still very, like, 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you've got the collars, you've got the outrageous, like, bling, you have the huge belts. Everything is, like, foam, and
you got the dark sunglasses, of course.
Yep. And you got the hair and the earrings. Mm-hmm. So, like, I can buy this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't feel dreary, and it doesn't look dreary. It looks fun.
Yeah, it's pretty much, actually, it kind of looks like what the future is now. But pretty much, their future is pretty much our present, dull and gray.
Yeah, but at least that wasn't a dull future, though.
Yeah, but that was, I know.
Like, just be excellent to each other. Like, so much fun. Such smart words. And they didn't even have to try. Like, I don't know. This whole movie just makes me smile and laugh like it's supposed to. Because that's what escapism is. It gives you a break from the mundane and the humdrum. And this movie does that in frickin' spades. And, I mean, if you look at, like, this cast set, or the set picture with the cast, it should be coming up any second now, possibly, maybe. There we go. Look at how much fun, like, they're all smiling. They all look like they're having a good time. They're enjoying themselves. Like,
the only one that's not really smiling is Sigmund Freud and Billy Kid, but they look like they're having a good time.
Yeah, well, I don't think Freud smiles. To be fair,
I don't.
Makini! Hello, but if you're not following or sub to Makini, sorry, I'm gonna drop. Like, go sub, follow, do all of those things. Incredibly talented. Amazing artwork. Does giveaways as well sometimes if you're lucky. And it's worth every penny. We need to get Makini to 1 million subs because you deserve it.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but you should see when he plays Fortnite.
I don't want to see anybody when they play Fortnite. No, it's like, even their yes, they're period, like, the costumes are period pieces, but they're still, like, there's still color, there's still dimension to them, you know what I mean? Like, you've got Joan's armor where she's clearly got, the markings of her time period. She's clearly, like, she is the maiden of, like, she's the maiden of France. You've got Billy the Kid over here in his cowboy hat doing a finger gun for some reason. Like, you know what I mean? And he's got, like, it's, the period pieces all match, but they're not muted. They're not trying to look like each other. They're not different shades of gray, except for Freud, because he's Freud. You know what I mean? Like, it's
basically what they look like in their time period when it comes to, that age. Because if you look at when they took their trip to England, it did have that colorful in it, but it was still medieval times. So yeah, it's still gonna be dull and gray, but still had the colorful sessions in there. And with Joan of Arc, it's like the same thing. With you going through during the French War, I think it was. I can't, if I'm not mistaken.
She fought in two wars. She freed France from England, and she crowned a king. And then they burned her at the stake as a witch.
Yep.
So, funny how life works.
Yep. And she didn't even know about it.
Nope.
Well, that's the kind of thing. I think they kind of know. I think Bill Tibbs is actually smart enough not to say anything about how their life ends, or otherwise it will pretty much change history.
I always thought, I did like the part where Napoleon goes to Waterloo and goes on the water slides. That part, I was like, that's clever. I don't know to put that in there, but that's clever.
I know.
Well done.
If I was a French Revolution dude, where would I go? Waterloo.
I'm like, no, they didn't. Yeah, they did.
He showed up and oh my God, oh man, the whole entire scene with him having fun, that's that I would not imagine Napoleon ever really doing that, but the way they did it was just spot on.
It really was. And I love at the end where he's got like the plans and the invasion and the armies and everything is out on like the strategy board, and then you look up on the
Map on top.
yeah, where he's on the easel where he's got like, and then he's like, water slide.
Yep.
And like, I don't think it's gonna work. And he's like, what? And then he just beats the crap out of the table, like throws all the troops around and everything, like basically throws a fit. Mm-hmm. It's so well done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that is also the thing though, because we do not know what these guys would actually think if they ever came to our time period. So yeah, you put him in Napoleon in that situation when he's there by himself after, well, yeah, amen, fate. When Deacon pretty much ditches him after he screws up bowling. Oh yeah, the bowling scene.
I love when and then he gets thrown. He's like, "Peh?" And then they throw him out. He's like, Deacon, and they're like, "What? You ditched him? He was a jerk, man." Yeah. Like, oh, it's just so good because, you know, they're irresponsible teenagers and they're gonna leave one of the most prolific historical figures responsible for shaping the current world the way that it is.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave him with your little brother?
yeah, that's real mature.
Oh, yes, the Ziggy Piggy. Oh my gosh, he gets the button.
I don't know. Just by looking at the size of that ice cream at my age, it just looked kind of make me a little sick.
Oh God, yeah, I know. Like,
now if I was a kid, yeah, I would be like, yeah, I want that. But at my age, no.
Oh man, no, yeah, that like when they brought that out, I was just like, whew, methinks not. Like, go forth, young people, and get said stomach ache. I'm gonna have to pass. Oh no, and I love how at the end when Rufus shows back up with the princesses, and he's like, "Can you sign this?" And then he's like, "Yeah, they're in the band after all. Like the princesses are in their band." It's just like it left the door open for so much happiness and potential, and you could see them going off and doing like great things and having fun. And I love when he picks up the guitar, he absolutely shreds it.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "Whoa." Because 20 seconds earlier they were like, maybe we should learn how to play.
Yeah, instead of getting Eddie Van Halen, what he can't now because
Eddie Van Halen, and then Rufus hands him the guitars, and then like I love because for the whole thing nobody breaks the fourth wall, and then Rufus looks and is like, they get better. Yeah, I promise.
That was
There's not a lot of actors that can break the fourth wall and make it work and not pull you out of the story. That's definitely one instance that it works perfectly.
Oh yeah.
I think. Oh, I gotta say, you know, between that and just like the whole. I remember when Missy walks in, and they're like, "Dude, that's your mom."
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
And then they leave, and they're like, "Remember when I asked her to prom? Shut up, Ted." Oh man, because like, first of all, obviously I'm not a boy, and I don't know, like, but I can imagine boys talking to each other like that. Remember when she was a senior and we were a freshman? Shut up, Ted. Remember when I asked her to prom? Shut up, Ted. Like, just giving each other grief and like shrugging it off, laughing, smiling, and being like, oh well.
And then
it's so good. It's such good stuff.
And then when you watch Bogus Journey, when Missy's married to Ted's dad, then he gets, then Bill gets his retribution.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my god. I love I love how in this one when she's like, "I'm not driving you anywhere until you're done with your chores,"
Mm-hmm.
and then like they put all of these world leaders, historical figures to work.
Yeah.
Like,
They didn't even know what the heck they were doing, but they looked like they were having a good time.
yep, absolutely. Oh man.
What was really weird was Genghis Khan drinking out of the toilet.
Yes, yes, and he like combs his hair. I mean, hey, you know what? It's a. Now, I'm not saying that it's sanitary. I'm saying that it's clean water in a bowl. So I'm sure that that was shocking to him that it was just there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The thing, that's the thing that because a lot of these, the historians have no idea.
Indoor plumbing.
They don't know about indoor plumbing or how a dishwasher works or anything, but they're out there just doing it because the guys are showing them what to do.
Yep. And I like how when they're doing the oral report and you've got Bill and Joan of Arc fencing, or at least Bill's trying to fence. You have Ted giving the commentary, and he's like, she plans to instate a rigorous aerobic program when she gets back to France. Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just.
And then also the fact when I think it was, I can't remember if it was Bill or Ted said it about Genghis Khan that he gets a sugar rush off of eating Twinkies.
Yeah, he loves that sugar rush. Oh man, freaking Twinkies! I love that. That's how they trick him into getting into the phone booth.
I know. And
leaving Mongolia. Like, it's just okay. Liquid Blake. That is one of the greatest lines in any movie, and I know that it is a Disney movie, but it is Renaissance Disney, Hercules, and it is the God's honest truth. Like, that line is fantastic. Also, one of the most underrated jokes, I'm going to have to do a Hercules stream, god dang it. One of the most underrated jokes ever is somebody call IXII. Like, come on.
Yeah, I actually love that movie, Hercules. That is actually top tier for 90s Disney, right alongside with Lion King and all that, because I grew up on the 90s Disney stuff and the old stuff.
Yeah, and so, like, that's what I'm talking, like, that's nostalgic, this is nostalgic, but even those Disney films, they can't touch, stuff like that. I'm just saying, there's something about 88, 89, and 90, the movies that came out in those 3 years, was just, like, lightning in a bottle. I mean, there were, and I'm not saying there weren't great movies before, and I'm not saying there weren't great movies after, but like those 3 years were just full of incredible stories and incredible films. And cartoons even. Like, the cartoons were great.
Oh yeah, I remember a lot of the cartoons I watched.
Yeah, and so like and then you look at today and it's all everything but good storytelling. You're just like, man, let's go back, like way back, and like, Bill, Ted, can we borrow your phone booth? Like, we got some saving to do, quite a bit. Your film is one of them that we have to, because like, I wonder, I've not heard fantastic things about the modern Bill and Ted, the most recent one, but I guess their daughters are the ones that actually saved the day.
It's been so long, because I know Tom from Midnight Says After Dark, I think he did his review on it, and he actually liked it. So, I think a lot of people actually did like it, but like I said, it's been so long since I've seen that, heard anything about it, but I have the movie on HBO Max, and I do plan on watching it. Bill, strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
I love how they see each other, like, they see themselves, and they're like, oh, and then Bill's like, Ted, you forgot to wind your watch. Oh, even after I reminded myself, I better do it again. Like, you know what I mean?
And he still doesn't.
He still doesn't do it. And then they're like,
well, he does do it during the time. I think he just forgets once.
Yeah.
Because I think he does because when Bill always asks him, check his watch. He looks like he's checking it. Looks like he's saying he's still got time, and maybe he doesn't. So he is wanting his watch, but he has to, except for that one time.
Yeah, and he's like, because he's telling Rufus, we still got 10 hours. He's like, you've got 2. Yep. Oh, man.
Ted, you forgot to wind your watch.
Yeah.
You gotta dial one number higher.
It's just, and like even on the windows, like there's so much here, like just love.
99 cent breakfast, come on now, man. We don't even get that here anymore.
Video rentals to go. Okay.
99 cents for video rentals? Come on now.
I miss video rentals. I miss video renting stores. There's still a few here and there dispersed about, but
yeah.
Oh man, that was when you knew a Friday night was gonna be lit.
Yeah, usually I'm trying to figure out how much a pack of Marlboros was back then. I don't know. But I know pretty daggum well that the gas was cheap back then.
Yes, it was. Oh man.
Back in the 90s when it was so cheap, it was like not even $1.50.
Yeah. There's just so much to love about this movie, and they cared. You can tell they really cared so much about all of it, and they really focused on making a good story and having fun with it and really making sure that all of the little details, like all those little details matter. The costumes, the outfit, the gas station, the posters, the phone booth, like it all mattered.
Yeah, even the cars and pretty much, let's see, San Dimas, because I drive through San Dimas a lot, so what you're seeing in that movie, it doesn't look like what it was. It's not what it does look like now. It's not bigger. It's a little bit more cloudier out there.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me. I'm pretty sure the golden age of the golden good old days of California are long gone. I don't think, I personally can't think of anything that, like, I was stationed in California for a while, and I don't even want to go back to where I was. You know what I mean? It's that, like, there's not anything, there's no draw, there's no pull anymore. The few beautiful places left are being consumed at a rapid pace. And it's just tragedy. Like, it's tragic to see, but it's something that was kind of inevitable just because of the way, you can only do, it's great to live and let live, but eventually somebody is going to take advantage of that, because they're going to recognize that, oh, these people, they don't show up to vote. They're just like, oh, whatever, like, they're going to do what they do. As long as I can skate, I don't care. Or as long as I can surf, I don't care. And so you had this group of people who saw this complacency in a majority of the population, and they completely took over the state. Exactly. And it's a tragedy, but there's not, there's not anything really that anybody can do at this point outside of if a bunch of people, like libertarians and conservatives, decided to move to California and get everybody to register to vote and vote the other, like, it would take a miracle, quite frankly.
Okay, now, I've gone to California many times over the last 6 years, me doing my truck driving and all that. Each time I go, it doesn't matter if I'm on I-8, I-10, I-40, or I-80, I see more people leaving California with moving trucks than I see them coming in. Yeah. Yep. It tells me one thing. They're getting tired of all the high-priced houses and gas and pretty much just the negative aura surrounding LA and all that. I go to LA, I can sense that negative aura. Ugh. But but also to the fact that I see what's going on out in the country all the time, and whatever you're seeing on news, half the time it's a lie. 'Cause whatever.
Only half the time.
Well, depends on where I am. I mean, if I see something in the news that's going on that day, and I show up, and I don't see anything, yeah, that's a lie. But if it's happening somewhere when I'm nowhere near it, it might be a lie. It might not be. I don't know.
But yeah, so this is like it's not the Golden State. Like it's not the Golden State. It's yeah.
Look at all the tents.
It's I remember when people would be like, Hollywood is the place where dreams come true, where anybody can make it. Like you go to California to get discovered. It's the Golden State. It's where dreams come true. It's where the streets are paved with gold, and you're like, nah, man, that's like gold paint. And that's
it's what Guns N' Roses said. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Right? Oh man. Well, I guess so. With Bill and Ted, for this particular excellent adventure, if you had to pick one scene that was your favorite, or that you could watch over and over again, which one would it be?
Oh man, ooh. It is a tough one, especially the time. But it's usually the ones that I like the most is when they go back to the Old West. Their very first adventure by themselves to meet Billy the Kid, and they play. Of course, they play poker, and they get into a gunfight.
That is a good one. Yes. I'm gonna have to say, and this is
what Pastor said.
This is so it is an incredibly difficult question. This is probably just because I'm a girl. I'm going to be completely honest about that. Okay. I absolutely love when they get out with Socrates and Billy the Kid, and they're in England, and Ted looks up and he's like, "I'm in love.
I'm in love."
Yeah,
yeah, that is a good one too. And then
when Billy the Kid and Socrates come out of the executioner robes.
Yep.
I love that one too. It's God, I just
back in the I think the one part when they're in the prehistoric area and the cavemen sitting there popping a bubble gum.
Yes.
And then they run off when the phone booth decides to take off. Oh my God.
Oh man, this whole movie it's so good. It really, and see, like, phone booths, like, that's the thing with Superman too. Like, I don't think anybody ever thought phone booths were ever going to go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they vanished literally within like a year. They were just gone.
Yeah, well, let's see here. There are some places that still have telephone booths sticking out, but they're not being used. I mean, the phone's removed, the glass is broken, but they're still around. They're just
they are not the pop culture staple that they used to be, because Superman came out of a phone booth. Bill and Ted traveled in a phone booth. Even the police box for Doctor Who could be mistaken for a phone booth. I mean, it is a phone booth, but like,
well, it's bigger on the inside if we're going with Doctor Who. But actually, there are still some telephone. I mean, they still have telephone booths out there in England anyway. I think they're just there for show. Yeah, I don't. It's they're not. They aren't what they used to be. Is how I guess I can say that. Much like a lot of things nowadays. Yeah, and Raj also has a point too about the yellow book, about the phone books. I don't even get a phone book anymore. I don't think, but you don't even get newspapers anymore either. I mean, they still have newspapers out there. I get a newspaper. Yeah, I still get a newspaper. And we do get the yellow pages out where I'm at. Because there's people that still advertise their business and stuff in the yellow pages. But the thing is, though, a lot of yellow pages are small, and so is newspapers. I mean, if you get the Sunday paper back in the 90s, it was huge. get it now, it's like very, very small. And and usually when I get the funny pages, it's gotten smaller too.
Yeah, the newspapers have shrank. Thanks, Legion. Newspapers have shrank. Phone books are definitely not, like, those things are thin, like super thin now.
Yep.
There's, we're becoming more electronic based. We're becoming more technological, and it's got its pros and it's got its cons. And quite frankly, I think the cons are outweighing the pros at the current moment. But,
yeah, but look what's happening out there in the real world right now. We don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like I said, I can't believe what anybody's actually saying at the time, because I don't know who to believe. I mean, you want me to believe this guy, but then you want me to believe this guy? Make up your damn mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, so we are. So Subhuman, I started a couple weeks ago. When we get done sort of talking about the movie, the topic that we picked, I just share like a content creator that I enjoy and either I think is funny or really talented, both, whether it's music, reaction vids, whatever it might be, playthroughs. This week, and I want to, Subhuman, thank you so much for coming on and talking with me about this and picking this movie. This was an excellent choice.
I know, right?
Excellent. I think, like these streams are just fun for me. They're pure nostalgia. We get to get transported back. It's a fun time. So the channel that I picked today, and I hope to God I shared the audio, because I swear if I boomered like that, I am. But the channel I picked today, if you guys aren't aware, his name is What It Do Dave, and he is just like genuine and funny and really down to earth. And he does reaction videos. And so this one was the epic rap battles of history. Since, we're going to keep in line with history, man. We're going to keep it excellent. So this is Tony Hawk versus Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, God.
And, all right. I'm not going to lie. My heart broke a little bit because he admits something in this video. I was shocked. But I also was raised in the Great North. And Wayne Gretzky is like...
He's got here in hockey.
He's like a hockey god. I mean, like... Gary II. I'm a girl. I am a lady.
That's the name, Lady Gravemaster.
Right? But, oh man, I don't think I deserve such an honor to be called Gary II. That would be, whew. I think that probably goes to Neurotic the Tall, probably. But, okay. God, I hope I shared the audio. Let's see.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
I didn't?
No, I don't hear anything.
Dang it. Hold on. Stop. In the name of love. Alright, listen here. Oh no. Oh no, I don't have Chrome on this computer.
Ooh.
And so I can't share the audio.
Oh, that might...
Fiddlesticks and tartar sauce. Hold on. Let me see if I can... I bet. Bet. Alright. Ha. Victory is mine. I shall overcome. You can't keep me down. I know. I'm a dork. Let it go.
There is nothing wrong with that. I'm a dork too.
Oh, man. And I love it. I wouldn't change a thing, because if I wasn't dorky, I feel like the only thing left would be...
Is there a closed caption? What surprised me?
Yeah, like, not funny. I would be less lovable. I am so lovable for sure.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. Hang on, let's see if I will find it.
Yeah.
So, in the in between, while we're in stasis, whilst I hunt this down again, I think Epic Rap Battles of History does a really decent job of trying to capture that same essence that Bill and Ted did, where you still actually learn something, but it's surprisingly entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, I've learned some stuff watching it. I'm like, no, that can't be true, and then I go look it up, and I'm like, I guess it is.
Yep. That's usually what happens. Because when I was doing my history in history class and all that, and we had to do some things. First thing that comes out of my teacher's mouth is, "Don't watch Bill and Ted."
Okay. Oh my god. Ads for days.
Ooh.
Nobody cares, Gillette.
I hate Gillette anyway. After that stuff.
Oh yeah, after the nonsense they pulled. Yeah. I'm done. I'm good. I'm gonna hard pass. Easy pass, really, but definitely. Okay, here we go. I can do this. All right. That one. Nope. It's not gonna let me share the audio. Oh, hang on, let me see. Maybe if I do it this way. Okay. Let me know if you can hear it.
No, everything.
Son of a biscuit. All right, listen here. I went and hunted down and downloaded Chrome just to be able to do this. Irritated. All right, hold on. Well, I am befuddled. I am befuddled. That will be the word that I will use. It is a word that is not used enough in the English language. Befuddled. I'm gonna work on this. Like, we're gonna keep jaw-jacking for about 2 more minutes, and if I can't figure it out, I will not admit defeat. I will simply say that I will figure it out next time. Let me see. And I wonder. You remember Wonder Balls? Now that I'm talking about that. Oh, I wonder, what's in a Wonder Ball? Do you remember that at all?
Yeah, but I also listened to the song "Wonderwall" by Oasis.
Okay, hold on. It's not gonna let me. Okay, so here's how we will do this instead, everybody, because I am nowhere near as funny or talented as Dave, and he is hilarious. You should all go check him out for sure. This is that's his channel, What It Do Dave. He's on Twitter, he's on Instagram, he's on Facebook. I don't do Facebook, so I barely do Instagram. And I haven't been on Twitter a whole lot. So, there's that too. This is about to be very white. Like, the screen's about to get very white. I apologize if I blind y'all. But it's reaction to Tony Hawk versus Wayne Gretzky, epic rap battles of history. He's really, really funny. He does a lot of really great stuff. This one's worth the watch, if for no other reason than he has no idea who Wayne Gretzky is. Like, he's heard of him, but he does not know. And there is a bar in here that I really wanted to share, and can't because it won't let me share audio. But there is a bar in here. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Mm-hmm. So you've got Gretzky, and he's that's it right there. He's talking about he's talking about how many how many records they have between them. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, I've set 183 of them. So there's 184 between the two of them, and he set 183 of them. Wow. And like he just slays. And that's when you see the light bulb go on in Dave's mind. You're just like, oh. And then what Dave does after, he's like, wrap him up in a body bag. Like it's so, Dave is incredible. This is freaking hilarious. You will laugh your socks off. And then if you want to be super shocked, watch the one where it's James Bond. That one's hilarious as well because I think I want to say that he calls Sean Connery Australian. And it's just funny. He's so genuine and he's so pure and he puts so much effort into these and he does so much research. It's so great. So if you guys want a really good laugh, he does lots of really great stuff. This one is a person. I'm sure this comes as no surprise to anybody that the J.R.R. Tolkien versus George Martin is one of my favorites.
I've seen that one. That was actually pretty funny.
So I'm sure it comes as no surprise to anybody, but he's got so much content. He's got it's all hilarious. He's trained. He knows what he's doing when it comes to music. He reacts to music videos. He's reacted to a couple of Dan's music videos. Dan Vasc. I don't know. Some of you guys might have heard about Dan Vasc in this circle. But he's reacted to a couple of those. But he's done Sabaton. He's done, he's got so many. I'm trying to see. Look at this. Look at all of this content. Go to Dave's channel. You will be entertained for weeks. There is so much here. He's got so much. He does games. He does music. He does, he does epic rap battles. He does all of these different reactions. He is absolute fire, and he is severely underrated. How he doesn't have 1 million subs is beyond me. But yeah, so what it do, Dave? Go check out his channel. I'm sorry that I can't get the audio to share for one reason or the other. I will take that boomer sticker and run away with it, I guess, because I don't know what I did. I downloaded freaking Chrome to try and get that to work, and it did not work. But what can I say? Hello, Roman of the Empire. You're just a wee bit late. It's okay. It's okay. You arrived exactly when you meant to. Yeah. Hey, don't worry.
You can always watch the replay.
I'm glad you're here. We appreciate you being here.
Yep.
What is Metacrap? It is still Metacrappy. Did I miss something? I missed a joke. I missed something.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Oh, here we go. Awesome one. It's Metaverse now, not Instagram.
Okay.
What? Why? That's dumb.
You're kidding.
Like, you can't call yourself Meta. That's not Meta. Calling yourself Meta is not Meta. That's why it's Meta. It's someone else calling out you being Meta. That's what makes it Meta. Yeah. I don't understand. Who decided that? They should be fired. And, like, cast out with the dogs of war or whatever and left to fight for themselves. Cry havoc. Let's let the dogs war. Let's do this. But, oh, here we go. Facebook changing all its apps to Metaverse. That's
okay.
That is meta stupid. Wow. Okay. Well, you know, I guess when you're a gajillionaire, you don't care.
Yeah, pretty much. When they do updates like that, it always causes account problems too. Like, now I'm going to have to actually go into my Instagram or whatever it's called now
and fix it. Ugh. Irritating. I haven't been on Facebook in years. Like, I should really just inactivate my account. But Aaron Delft. Hello. It's good to see you too. But I want to thank everybody for stopping by. We've been at this for about 90 minutes, about 80 minutes, but I was late.
Nah, you showed up just on time.
I did show up on time. It is my stream. This is my party. I can cry if I want to. But there will be no crying. Only tears of joy.
Yeah,
that is my... If you show up here, we only cry tears of joy. All right? That's it. That's all. There is no more. You get none other than tears of joy. Otherwise, you get 50 lashes with a wet noodle. Oh, it's like, if you had a suggestion for people who have not seen Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Adventure, what would be your hook to get them to go watch it? Like, if you only had 1 point you could sell them on, what would you do? I did not call you Aaron. I said, oh, I did say Aaron Delft, didn't I? I'm sorry. Aaron Delft. R. It's supposed to be R, right? Like A-R-E, like R.
Yeah, I think it's like Arendelle. I think is how it's called.
But not air. Yeah, Arendelle. I'm sorry, Aren. I'll take that. My bad. What kind of wet noodle? A spaghetti noodle. What other noodle could I whip you with? Like, what wet noodle could I whip you with if it wasn't a spaghetti noodle? Like, let's be real here. I'm not going to go get a freaking rotini noodle. That's not going to do anything.
Oh, a ramen noodle.
Yeah, that's true. Could do a ramen noodle. There you go. But if you only had just one selling point and you had to hook, you had to hook somebody with just that 1 point, what would your one selling point be?
Depending on the person I'm talking to, whether he is into the classic stuff, I'll think with it, or if they like, something more related, or maybe just, I would say just watch this movie and just have at it.
Have at it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Even if you don't like it, just whenever everyone heard of it, just never really sat down to watch it. Just sat down and take a listen to it. You might actually you'll learn something.
That is true. Those are excellent points.
Mm-hmm.
I would simply say Keanu Reeves and George Carlin.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. If you're a big Keanu Reeves fan, you've never seen this movie, you need to, because this is actually his breakthrough movie. Yeah.
It's crazy to think how it all started. Also, can I just say, I don't think Keanu, I know that theory has been out there for a while. Keanu Reeves is obviously aged, but not that much.
No. He still looks good for his
The
age.
man is, chiseled from stone.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes do exist that will appreciate this movie. See, here's the thing. Y'all need to, cast your nets far and wide and rescue Gen Z and millennials like myself. Please, find the lost puppies, find the lost sheep, and be their shepherds. They need to know about these things. They need to, because they need to know that it's not all postmodernism and nihilism and government control and overreach and freaking rip-off of Battle Royale. I don't even know the name of those. I go through this every week, I swear to God. What is it with what's her face? Arrow Girl.
Oh,
Bang Bang. Huh?
Amarath, I think that's what her name is, or whatever the hell her name is. I don't know.
I don't know. Mockingjay? What is the Mockingjay stuff called? Chat, help me.
Oh, I know Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, there we go, yeah. It's a ripoff of a much better battle and much more gory Battle Royale. there's nothing new anymore. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a new idea, but the execution of it can and should be new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind them, adapting books, but at least keep it with the main story. Don't change the story. Just, yeah, you can. Okay, you can gender swap the characters, or you can race swap it. It don't matter as long as it doesn't change the story. If you tweak it around a little bit, yeah, but to make it match to whatever characters you have, just don't screw too much of the story. I mean, look what they did to Death Note, and look what they're about to do to Cowboy Bebop.
Oh god, don't even get me started on that trash. I've been an anime fan since I was like 9. So like I find it hilarious when people are like, "Oh my god, have you ever seen?" It's just like, my guy, get on my level. You are way behind. I have like 22 years of anime and manga on you. I promise you. Like, yes, I've heard of it. Like someone, my little sister, my younger sister, asked me if I had ever heard of oh gosh, which one was it? Oh, Rurouni Kenshin, and I was like, yes, absolutely. Like, that's one of my favorite all time. And so I started, and then she was like, oh, well, have you heard of BTS? And I was like, my girl, DBSK is the OG K-pop band. Don't get me started on this BTS nonsense. Here's some DBSK. She's like, I didn't know you knew all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm older than you. I'm not stupid or like cut off from any of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, the fact that people always ask me if Speed Racer is an anime. It's like, yeah. And it's like, it don't look like it. Well, you have to remember what time period it came out of. Oh,
yeah, we could.
Thomas.
It's Gilky.
Yeah, Thomas.
Hello, Gilky. How I prayers, good sir. I know you're going through a lot right now. I know your dog. There's nothing they can do. So everybody, if you could show Gilky some love.
Arendelle, if you're looking for Black Lagoon, it's on Hulu right now for me, but I don't know anywhere else I can tell you.
That's why you buy physical media.
But hey, I like Black Lagoon. That is pretty awesome. I love Revy in that show.
Yeah, I think Hulu might be the only place that has it.
Hulu has it. I know it's in both sub and dub.
Yeah, so
because
we do not officially condone pirate ships on this channel. Yo ho, drink up, me matey.
Unless you're going to talk about Hook.
Absolutely, but officially no. But I just want to say I love all you guys. This was fun. This movie is most excellent. It's like, this is something you can watch anytime. Mm-hmm. It's like, there's no season to watch it. There's no, like...
It's a good date movie also.
It's a great date movie. It's a great buddy movie. It's a great anything movie, really.
Yeah.
And it is the perfect lifeline of nostalgia. To hit you right in the soul and lift you up where you need to be.
Yeah, it's got the comedy. It's also got a little bit of some serious parts in it. But like in the story, the story is played out. I mean, yeah, it may not have really done well back when it first came out, but it became a cult classic. Mm-hmm. And so it has now, because I will rate this better than Bogus Journey. Even though I do love Bogus Journey, but I rate this a lot higher.
I like this one better than Bogus Journey too. Yeah. I love Bogus Journey, but I do like this one better. Mm-hmm. But it's just, there's not anything that in this movie that isn't fun. Like, even the heavier parts are still fun.
Yeah. Especially that one part where they're in the future. I mean, it can be a tearjerker if you're really into it.
Yeah.
I mean, you just sit there looking. You listen to that, and of course, like I said, with the background music going with it, is like, yeah, it can be very emotional at times.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, this is also one of Tom's favorite movies, I believe.
Oh yeah, I think he said something about he did an interview.
Yeah, he did. He did. He's got interviews. He was like, if you like it, like watch this one. So, definitely go check out Tom Tom is a wealth of pop culture and film knowledge.
I'm trying to figure out how the hell I'm trying to figure out, does he ever sleep?
No,
because it could be 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning and Mead Radio is on.
Yeah, I am pretty sure. Like, have you seen those things that it's like, I need something more than coffee but less than cocaine? I'm pretty sure that's what Tom has.
Like, yeah, I asked Tom, like, what are you taking and can I have it?
Like, oh man, he really never sleeps. He really doesn't. He is everywhere all the time and he's super supportive. Tom is definitely working it.
Tells me I think Tom is either a robot or something.
Cyborg is a popular theory. Absolutely.
Or he has multiple clones of himself.
Could be. Well, Subhuman, we've been cracking at this for 90 minutes. I had a blast. This movie's fun. I'm sorry that someone tattled on me and we couldn't watch the trailer. I hope you guys still had a fun time. Where can they find you, Subhuman?
You can find me on Twitter. I don't post much. I'll sometimes post some things like, on my travels and all that. I also take pictures and stuff like that where I am, or just take pictures of random other truck drivers doing stupid things. And of course, you can also find me here on YouTube, same name. And I do live streams every once in a while, but I might try and do one here within the next couple of days or so. And because in Saturday morning, if you want to see me again, you can check out me on Ordsbor's channel this Saturday morning, where we're gonna do 90s cartoons. We're gonna watch a couple episodes of probably your favorite, Lady G, X-Men.
Yay! Yep. It's definitely up there. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be. Yeah, this is something me and Orz have been talking about doing 90s cartoons for a little over a year now. So we're gonna be doing it on his channel, and then we're gonna try and do it on my channel to help me get my watch time and my subscriber count up. So it's gonna be kind of a shared thing. I think what it is that we'll be doing the watching on his channel, and then on my channel we'll probably be doing the discussions of all of the things.
Well, I will try to make as many as I possibly can. I really do try to catch streams live. I never have seemed to quite catch the sweet spot for a lot of them, and but I do watch the replays for sure. But that's, guys, make sure you check that out this weekend. That sounds like a lot of fun. I really hope you do more on here, Subhuman. That would be great.
Well, like I said, I've actually said this before. I'm a part-time. I'm a full-time trucker, part-time YouTuber, or sometime YouTuber.
There you go.
So I do have like 5 live streams I've done since I started, but I'm going to try and do some more as much as I can. I'm even going to try and get videos set up to do whatever I want to do. But like I said, I got to find the time.
Yeah, tell me about it. I have 13 videos in editing right now because I go off on tangents. I'm sure nobody has noticed I go off on tangents.
No, we haven't.
And then I'm like, oh, that's its own video, so I have to like move it over here. So eventually I will get them all edited and finish recording and get them out. But I'm actually working on one. It's called The Color Blue, and I'm actually kind of really excited about it. So hopefully that one. Hopefully people like that one because it's going to be a little bit different than what I... Yeah. It's going to be a little bit different, but it's still going to be related. I try to avoid using the term relevant as much as I possibly can because it's been absolutely poisoned.
Yes, it has. I don't even say relevant or relatable and to stuff like that. I just pretty much say, hey, look, there might be some that you could probably acknowledge.
Yeah, they've definitely poisoned some words. We should really take those back though, because it's not the word's fault for sure.
Yeah, but, like off of Clerks 2 with Randall and that one word. I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back.
Yeah, taking it back. It's mine. But yeah, I really appreciate all of you guys coming out, hanging out for this long, sticking through when we had the tattletale technical difficulties, and they put me in timeout for about 2 minutes. Yeah. I'm gonna keep this up on the channel, and I hope, hopefully that little timeout session doesn't hurt me too badly. But I have videos I have got a crap ton of Lord of the Rings videos coming for you guys.
That's a lot. Wait a minute. Movie version or book versions?
Both.
Okay.
Also stuff covering Amazon Lord of the Rings. I've got some Witcher stuff for you guys.
Oh boy.
I'm just gonna say, I will say it this way. Minex Oblivion said it a different way, but I will say it this way. You do not need Netflix to watch stuff that is on Netflix.
No.
Including The Witcher.
No, you don't.
Just saying. But I've got Lord of the Rings book videos. I've got Lord of the Rings film videos. I have Amazon Lord of the Rings videos. I've got 2 Witcher videos. I have The Color Blue. I'm gonna do Wheel of Time.
Ooh.
God help me.
I've actually got the first book on Audible. I just haven't started reading it yet, but I heard from Stig Kenobi that it's very, very good.
Yes, Stig, guys, if you don't know who Stig Kenobi is, he's a Viking. Literally, he lives in Norway. He's super knowledgeable. He knows his stuff. He's an incredible fantasy.
Oh yeah. I just wish he would do something with his channel.
Yes, well, we all know that the more we ask, the further away he is from doing it. Maybe we just need to threaten to blood eagle him or something. I don't know. But yeah, Stig is. We have fantastic chats. I talk with him and Miss Martin Muses and sometimes Lady Taria. It all depends, but she does a stream on her channel intermittently on Saturday mornings about Lord of the Rings. They're going through the novels right now. But she talks a lot about that. Also, Father Christopher Miller, the Nerd Father, he's got content up on his channel. He does live streams. His first Saturday stream, I make those as often as I can, and we talk about the crossover between faith and fantasy and pop culture and sort of how they all intertwine. It's a lot of fun. And this Saturday night, actually, for me, and Sunday morning for those that live in Australia, it is my monthly Sailor Moon stream with the one and only Lethal Lightning. We're covering Volume 2 of the manga.
Ooh, that might be. I need to finish that up.
It's going to be great. Number 1 was wonderful. I
love number 1.
Time of my life. Lethal and I both love Sailor Moon so much. And speaking of, there is the lady of the hour, Miss Martin Muses. Hello. Hello, Teresa. Hello, darling.
Now. Thank God I'm off the camera because I don't think she wants to see me with my bad hair right now. Trust me, each time I see Teresa, I'm like, oh, thank God I'm not on camera or anything like that because I know she likes my hair.
Aww, that's sweet.
I love Miss Teresa. She is.
I love Miss Teresa. It's all good.
I love when she puts her word of the days on Twitter.
Yes. I also appreciate her daily Mr. Darcy's. I appreciate those. But yeah. So okay. Man, I'll tell you what, these Midwest goodbyes, they never end. I swear, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to let you all go. I appreciate all of you hanging around as long as you did. Hopefully, you guys were in Nirvana with this nostalgic, wonderful, excellent adventure film. And, just if there was something that I had to say to any of you, I truly appreciate you all. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for coming. and be excellent to